the Shane Everette Band. You think this was scripted?
You would think so.
Okay, so we've got Vic, we've got Heather, good Scottish name. We've got Shane, good American name.
Yeah, sure.
Vic, short for Victor.
Correct.
Victor
and you're on a roll tonight.
Robinson, Scottish name, Robinson, no? Yes?
My roots are here.
I'm with you.
I would be happy to leave him behind here if you would like him.
Heather Mullins, Irish? Yeah? Irish? Any Irish in tonight? That was a cue for my wife to shout.
I guess not.
She's not here.
She left.
She's changing. Dermot Murphy, Irish gentleman in the house. Yeah? Okay? Okay. So anyway, we're going to crack on with first question. Who are you? Why are you here?
I got asked this at the border patrol as well, so I've rehearsed my answer for this. I'm on vacation. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is actually my 12th trip here to. Seems unbelievable.
Seems longer.
Seems yeah. It seems like not long ago, like I said, that I was here. But Vic was here about 5 years ago, and we decided that we needed someone prettier than either of us to be on the team. So we asked Heather to come along, and she sings pretty well also. So we're excited to have her as part of the team. So that's what we're doing. We're here. We're here for youth camp. We're here for tonight. Clean sheet.
Clean sheet. Do you remember what Glen Shee means?
It's Glen, the mountain of Glen?
Valley of Glen? Valley of Peace?
Valley of Peace?
Valley of Peace.
I thought you said not with this bunch of people. It's impossible. With this bunch of people going, there's no way that valley will be peaceful.
It's in principle Valley of Glen.
Okay, fair.
How long have you been together now as a band?
Vic and I have been friends since we were, you want to answer that, Vic?
Well, it all started back in...
He's too long-winded. Vic and I have been friends since we were 15. I think Vic and I have known each other, so a really long time. And this is actually his final hurrah with the Shane Everette Band. Vic is retiring after Scotland. Yeah.
Put the jersey up.
Vic has 4 kids.
Why? 4 kids?
4 kids at home.
He gets on my nerves. I can't take no more.
That's not what we agreed to tell people. We agreed to say.
That's right. It's my kid's fault.
Yes, that's right. So don't have children because they ruin your life. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke. No, he's the kids are all in sports and doing that kind of stuff, and just every time that I know Vic's out with us, that means he's not there with his family and with his kids. So, and
4 kids, yeah.
4
kids. Wow.
And Heather's just been with us. Abraham, father of many.
Yes. I went to see Heather there, and you said father, and I went Heather.
That's the way you guys pronounce it here in Scotland. So,
Heather, how's it feel being in the band? How long have you been playing with these guys now?
use my.
Do I have to use this mic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to use the mic.
Off and on playing, how long?
Long time.
Like a couple years? Officially, probably in April.
Okay.
Yes.
What type of band would you describe yourself to be? Would you just be a Christian band, or a band that does Christian gigs, or
Techno polka?
Techno polka?
Yeah, I would something like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, it's kind of an acoustic, kind of folky kind of sound,
yeah.
and it's worship. I've tried for years to get away from just being labeled as like a worship band or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like no matter what we do, that's just kind of the thing that God has his hand on. And so, not saying that we won't ever do anything other than worship, but it's like, I mean, how awesome is it to come into a room with people and be able to sing and be able to actually invite God into a room with a bunch of people. I think it's really cool.
On that subject, do you do secular gigs? Do you play out with church? Do you go and do bars and clubs and things like that? And then, is there a place for that?
There is a place for that. Let me bring the mic down a little bit here because it's a little hot right there, but it's right here's good. Here's a couple weeks back you had Chris Musgrove and them that came, that's right. Future Now.
Yeah, we don't really like them, we prefer you.
So
Good answer.
Thanks. Well, we also work with Future Now, and so we do a lot of activities in the public school systems over in the US of A.
Yes.
So we are a mesh pot of things, right? And so we kind of do whatever God will let us do.
And not too long ago, Heather played a gig at like a roller skating rink. She played, yeah.
That's right.
Cool.
And was it sort of Christian music, or was it just sort of singer-songwriter stuff? Pass the mic.
It was some originals that I had written.
So you're a singer-songwriter and you do your own stuff?
She's a poet.
And it's kind of a big deal on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't like to hear that, but she's had over
10 hits?
over 500,000 hits on a couple of her.
500,000 hits on YouTube. She's pretty good deal.
Yes, you guys should look her up.
A million, not a half.
What?
Not quite a half.
Well, when you combine all of them
Oh,
together.
that's true. Yeah.
Seriously? Okay, so who is your kind of influence? What's your style?
I don't know, it changes all the time.
Okay, Brooke Fraser, that kind of thing?
No, she's more of like an old school kind of rock and roll.
Dean Martin.
Frank Sinatra?
More Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, yeah. Dean
I
Martin's
like
good,
Dean
yeah.
Martin, Julie London.
Julie London, yeah, kind of jazz, yeah. Way before your time.
Way before her time too, but she just likes to listen to it.
Okay, so you're a kind of female crooner?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Can you give us a few bars?
I can't really sing.
Can you sing Fly Me to the Moon?
I mean, I can, but not like them.
Who wants to hear Fly Me to the Moon?
Listen, let me take up for Heather for a second. Heather has had this major sinus infection, cold thing for the past few days. So the fact that she's here singing with us right now is
The
awesome.
old, I've got a sinus problem. Okay, well, we'll maybe hear some of that. We'll hear some of that later, yeah? Or even at youth camp.
At youth camp,
We'll
yeah.
do it at youth camp. Yeah, youth camp. We want to hear you sing a Dean Martin song at youth camp. Okay, Volare. How about Volare? Volare.
Why would we have her singing when we have you, Craig?
Okay, hey, yeah, I'll sing at youth camp. Volare. Okay, now, who is? We were talking about musical influences there, but who would you say has been the most influential person in your life and why? And I'm going to give that to Vic first.
Yes.
Wow. Should have got deep before I got here. I've been prepped for this. The most influential person on my life. That's a great question because I've had many. Sorry, do I need to be louder? You know, probably up until this point in my life, the most influential person would be, I don't know. I would say Chris Musgrove had a huge impact on my life. He was the person that the Lord used to really minister to me when I didn't go to church, didn't know God, didn't know anything about all that stuff. I wasn't raised in church, and so whenever he came along, he showed me what the love of God was, and not only that, he gave opportunity to let whatever the Lord had plans for my life, gifts, talents, abilities, just to flourish and get its roots, get its start, there. So in his ministry and the things that he's done. So that would have to be definitely him.
Yeah.
At this point in my life. I am young.
He's young, yeah.
I'm only 70. Just kidding. Hold my youth well. So
Heather, same question for yourself. Most influential person and why?
I'm not really sure. I think I've had people throughout my life, just kind of for time, and then on to the next one.
Okay.
So it's kind of
She's not influenced by others. She's her own person. I think again early on, Chris Musgrove was our youth pastor, so he's kind of the guy that reached out. But then, honestly, whenever I met Pastor Bernie here in Scotland, when I was 18 years old, I was like, man, he intimidated me. I was like, there's something about this guy that, I was like, I don't know. But then,
he kind of looks into your soul,
he does. He does. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah. So in touch with God.
I was like, stop.
But he doesn't even say anything.
He doesn't have to.
It looks like it, and then you end up doing all the talking.
And I'm like, I want to confess my sins to him. I don't know what it is about it. I'm Like as soon as I see him, there's like this glow about him. But then over the years, when I came home last year and I really got to spend some time with him, I told Vic, I was like, the first one really felt like it was just more on instead of not even close to the same level, but I could just speak to him and realize what an influence that he was in my life, and such wisdom. And he doesn't have, as we say in the station, he doesn't have a dog in the fight. He's not swayed to give me advice because of a certain thing, but he just cares about me for who I am. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And what about like accountability? I mean, there's a lot of young people here. Any advice for them, even if they're musicians or just looking to kind of forge ahead in their career path or their future as a Christian or not? What advice would you give to them? Is there any accountability, being hooked in with the right people, something like that?
Okay, well, I think that's a great question. Once again,
thanks.
Did you Google these or something?
Yeah, I did.
Great. Well,
500,000 hits on my questions. Check out my YouTube site.
We were having a conversation with Pastor Mark earlier around that same idea. And I'll tell you what, the most, so if you want to get started, you want to do something, you're like, I don't know what I want to do. Here's the thing. It's important to find somebody that you can speak with about, here's some things that I'd like to do, a mentor or somebody. And that's why I said at this point, Chris Musgrove kind of had a lot to do with that. But really, I'm finding people like my cousin, he's a little bit older than me. He's a businessman. He's just kind of been successful in life in some areas. And I look at my life, I got 4 kids, and I'm growing as a family. I'm like, I need somebody in my life that's going to kind of teach me some things that I don't necessarily know. And so I'm in the constant state of learning. And I learn to trust the people that are around me, some of the older people in my life, to really speak into it. And it's really, here's what it is. It's hard when I'll be honest with you. Y'all ready for this? It was hard when I was, in my teens to kind of think that I didn't really know about that part of life. But as I'm getting a little bit older, I'm looking around at some of the men in my life that I can see has wisdom and some success in their lives, and I'm beginning to ask more questions now that I wish I would have asked back then. If that makes any sense.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that happens quite a lot. You think, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'll do my own thing. And you think, well, okay, and 10 years later you think, maybe I should have hung out with that guy a bit longer and asked a bit more.
Well, and that's even with like music stuff. We're recording an album right now, and I was thinking about Sean and his ability to play instruments, and wow, this guy's like gets on my nerves when I'm around him because he's so good at his musical equipment, and so I wish I had somebody when I was 16 years old to say, hey, let me pick your brain about that. How do you do that, and show me some things, because
good answer.
It's good, right? Thanks.
Okay, what's on the MP3 right now?
Oh man, I have everything. My goal for my iPod is to have it where anybody can pick it up and find something they like. Okay. I mean, I've got country music, I've got
Dean Martin?
Yes, I do. I have Dean Martin, I have Julie London.
All right, okay.
I've got Beatles, I've got
Frank Spencer,
Adele, I've got Fraser,
right.
I've got Hillsong United, of course. Jesus Culture, all the the worship stuff.
Have you got any Bucks Fizz?
Any who?
Bucks Fizz. I think it's Ian. Is that not your favourite, Bucks Fizz?
I have
Elvis.
Elvis, yes.
What Elvis song was my favourite song?
I would think that I like the Hound Dog song is great. I like
Standard Classic.
What's the Life in the Ghetto song that he talks about?
That one, yeah. In the Ghetto.
In the Ghetto. Thank you very much. Dylan knows all about that. Dylan can sing you every Elvis song that there is.
Vic, what's top of the iPod right now?
Oh, the Civil Wars is the top on my iPod right now. I've been listening to them a lot.
The Civil War? Yeah, you have the Civil Wars.
You should go home, and it's amazing, like male-female duo kind of thing. The girl Joy Williams used to be like a big Christian artist. Okay. So now it's like a singer-songwriter type thing, but they're really, really talented. Sorry.
Maroon 5.
On the top of my iPod,
top Prince. What's the in track right now, the one that's just on all the time?
Gavin DeGraw.
Who?
Gavin DeGraw.
Gavin DeGraw, anyone?
Yeah,
Two Folk My Dog. Okay. Heather, top of the iPod right now.
Okay, I have like 4 that I'm rotating.
Okay.
So, Death Cab for Cutie, Arctic Monkeys, The Kooks.
The Kooks, they get that song where the guy goes, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's the only word that I know.
That's all that's important.
Uh-oh. I love her because she moves in the wrong way. Uh-oh. Is he the guy that 500,000 in one hits?
Yeah.
They're an English band, aren't they? Yeah.
And then MGMT.
Who?
MGMT.
MGMT?
Yeah.
I like
So I got some new CDs. So
I just know the Kooks. Anyway,
She has such variety.
can I just ask you a question then? Okay, so most of the guys here are sort of church-based or Christians or whatever. What is your angle on that? Young Christians, you know, I know the churches sometimes go, he's telepathic. He's like, I know what you're about to say, Obi-Wan. Right, what's your shout on secular music, Christian music? You know, what's acceptable, what isn't? Is there a line?
Here's what I'll say.
Shame.
For a long time, there was probably about 7 years out of my life where I listened to nothing but Christian music or worship music. Because, I say 7 years, it was less than that, but it was a long time. But there was this time that I was trying to, when I was living a life that I was like kind of in the world, as they say, where I was just kind of being like everybody else and doing what everybody else was doing. Whenever I decided I wanted to separate my life from that, I really felt like I needed some time of complete separation from that. So that was the music that I listened to, I needed to change, the movies that I watched, the TV shows that I watched. And so for a long time, that's all I listened to. And then slowly I started realizing that God made us human, believe it or not, although some people are very weird and I question humanity. But overall, God made us human beings and He gave us human emotions like love and even sometimes like disappointment and stuff like that. There are things that it's not necessarily wrong with. I think that, if you guys know some of the songs you should be listening to. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the way that
that one.
I don't know what that song's about.
That is dodgy.
It's dodgy.
See if you play that backwards, do you know what it says? Uh-oh.
What does it say?
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Shane. I'm a musician. I'm a musician. Now you have some more hits on YouTube. But seriously, I think sometimes I listen to stuff and I know in my gut, just like before you do something that you shouldn't do, and you have that feeling in your gut, there's some music that gives me a feeling like that. And I think that's kind of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I think I had to give up CBeebies. That was the main thing for me. CBeebies. Children's programs. So you just kind of know you've got a bit of kind of gut feeling. I shouldn't really listen.
Well, you know the messages of some songs. If the message is, go ahead, Vic. I know that's what he's talking about.
Just kidding. No, it's ready. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It ebbs and flows.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to say something else. Go ahead.
Well, there's...
Don't let me interrupt you anymore.
Strike 3, I'm out.
Go ahead, Vic.
Well,
Jokes only funny ones?
Yeah. Here we go. YouTube's just...
Alright, sorry.
No, it's cool. There's
Have you ever heard of this one? I'm really done. I'm really done now. That was it. It won't be funny anymore. Go.
I think you might better get one more, but for the sake of time, don't.
That's all.
Yes. Okay. Hands up. All right. So listen. There's weeks where I'll be honest with you, I'm just like, we're doing the wave. There's weeks where I don't listen to Christian music. But there are several weeks in a row where I do. And I'll be honest with you, the other day I was listening to a song and I got slapped with press listening to it. And I'm like, this ain't good. Whatever it is. It might have been good last week, but this week it ain't. I need to get some Jesus in me. So there's times where you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally,
Yeah?
I think all things is you gotta have balance in life. If one outweighs the other, then you're probably doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have more of Jesus in my life than of the other stuff.
Absolutely. I just remembered, there's another Kooks song with a funny noise in it. Is that not in one of them? She was such a good... Did they not do that? Is that right?
Heather will sing it for us.
Ula. That's what it's. Is that them singing Ula then? That's what that bit. Ula. It's really weird.
It's everybody's go-to, you know. There's so many oohs in songs.
Well, true.
That's just the way it goes.
Absolutely. Okay, let me just have a quick 2-minute testimony. Where you were, where you are, where you're going. Vic?
I was in America, now I'm in Scotland, and we're going up to the Highlands. Amen.
Preach it. Okay, on a slightly more life story kind of angle.
I once was lost, then I was found. Amen to Jesus. No, I mean, real quick, I didn't grow up in church. Family had no background in church. I think my mom did a long time ago when she was a child. Went to Catholic school, I think, something like that, you know. But didn't get raised in church at about 15 years old. I felt like I messed up royally in the school. My mom said to me, you got 2 options, son. Military school or there's a Christian school outside of town. Which one? And I said, Christian school. I don't want to do a lot of push-ups. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know about it, you know. So I went there. It's where I met. I heard a lot about church. Went a couple times, you know what I'm saying, that type deal. But man, I really experienced God's love, God's compassion, His grace, His mercy, and from that point forward, it's just been a constant work of God, you know, in my life. And it's amen. That's it.
Fantastic. Heather, quick 2-minute synopsis of life.
Okay, I grew up in the church and I led worship for many years, youth camps, everything. But I was saved and everything, but it didn't, like the end of last year, I was in like a really bad relationship, and I prayed, I'm like, God, I want a closer walk with you, something needs to change, do something. And He did, and He basically just took everything that I knew away from me, and I had nothing. And then He's just been showing me stuff just this past year. And then in April, I met up with Shane, and he's like, so, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing, I don't have anything going on. And he's like, you want to record a hymns album? I was like, sure. And he's like, you want to go to Scotland? Sure. And here I am.
It was really interesting because I've known Heather for a really long time, and it's like to just to see where she was at, when we met. It seems like forever ago. to where she is today is just incredible, and it's just sometimes it may not necessarily be God that takes the things away from us, but sometimes whenever things happen and life gets really low, and that's whenever you truly see God move, and sometimes it takes that. And that's the same way that it was for me. Most of these guys have heard my testimony, but I grew up in a home with a really bad situation, a really broken family, and so therefore it created a broken person in me. I started going to a Christian school, and Chris Musgrove reached out to me and became almost like kind of a father figure, and pushed me to do things that I wouldn't like to sing and to do those kind of things I would normally be too shy to do. And since then, it's just like, God's just taking me from place to place to place, and we're all in the middle of kind of new seasons of life right now. So change, when they say that change is here to stay, that's the absolute truth. Because every time that I think that I've almost got it figured out, like this is gonna wait. It just seems like that God does it. I think we have to continue to stay open to that kind of stuff and not close our minds down to where God's taking us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're going to move on and do another sort of set of songs, but are we okay just to have a couple of questions from the floor? Pastor Mark, time for that? Anybody want to ask the guys anything within reason? If you just stick a hand up, or just Dylan, you want to just shout out? Say again. All right. After 3, say a question. 1, 2, 3.
What's your favourite thing about Scotland?
Favourite thing about Scotland?
My favorite thing about Scotland, I like the weather.
That old chestnut. Okay, favourite thing about Scotland that you've been before, so?
I like the tea and castles.
And castles.
Well, Vic's
and rain. Heather's just arrived, so what can you say? You like the sofa?
Yes. Vic stole my answer, but I just had like the fanciest teen time.
At Tombury, they went to Tombury.
Yes. So that so far has been my favorite, but the weather too.
The weather.
Yes.
Listen, man, we're just so hot in Florida. We just like to get away from it once in a while.
Shane, well, every year you've said something different, haven't you? Like,
probably. Stop asking me the same questions. It gets difficult.
Favourite thing in Scotland? You've tried the haggis.
I have.
You've done the iron brew.
I love the chippy, fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Someone's pointing at themselves in the back, and I can't.
From Aldo's.
I still can't say who it is. Is that? Oh,
it's Reese.
Gingers, or you in particular? All gingers? Is that what you're saying that I like about stuff? I do like Reese. No, listen, I love this church. I love this group of people, and that's why we keep coming back. If it wasn't for that, I don't keep coming back for the weather or for the fish and chips. I keep coming back for these guys. So,
good answer. Win the crowd, win the crowd. Anyone else got a question? Yes, Nathan.
What's your favourite thing about me?
What's your favourite thing about Nathan? Your humility. Who else? Anyone got a question? William.
What's your favourite worship song?
Favourite worship song?
You want to start?
Yeah, okay.
I know which is that. I do that. I do. No.
It's the other one.
All right.
Right.
That one.
And I'm done. No, it's off of, I think it's the Mighty to Save album. Is that an album found? There's two versions of it. It's the one with quiet, it's just the organ playing with him.
Sing us a little piece.
I sing, but it's by myself.
I have a video of Vic singing that maybe I'll play later.
I've seen the video of Vic body popping and breakdancing. Does anybody want to see some of that? Vic, come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey, no, you see more later. What are you doing?